Namaste to all. One question that comes to me again and again in my channel is the question related to controlling the sensual attraction, especially in Grihasashrama. Also, this question comes to me from those people who are in college and university or in schooling, both male and female, how to control the opposite sex attraction. It's very, very difficult. This question comes to me often, and I have always suggested them to read books written by Rishi Munis and also book written by my Acharya. But merely reading books will not help us. Even merely listening Vedas, even if we listen Vedas from an Acharya, will it really help? Not 100% or not even 50% in my experience. The reason is given by Kapil Muni in his Shastra also. Kapil Muni says in, I think, third chapter, Kapil Muni says, न श्रवण मात्रा तत्सिद्धि, सुनने से उसकी सिद्धि नहीं होती है. Just by listening, we will not become a Vairagyavan. Just by listening the knowledge of the Vedas from an Acharya, by listening, going again and again to Acharya, we are listening everyday Vedas from Acharya, then also, na tat siddhi, it's not possible, siddhi nahi hota. Shravan, na shravan matrat. Mere listening will not really help us. The reason Kapil Muni says why mere listening will not help you is anadi vasanaya balavatvat. The vasanas are impressions inside our mind. I am not expert in this subject, but based on my experience, based on my learning, based on my listening to my acharyas as well as listening to other acharyas, anadi vasanaya balavatvat. Very, very important point by Kapil Muni, that why mere listening will not help you is because you have unlimited vasana inside you. Not you, every one of us, including me. That is why, if you see, even sannyasis, when you see in the news, we see that this sannyasi had sexual affair and he was caught. There was a video release, famous video came in Nityananda, right? This sannyasi was caught in that affair. This sadhu is having affair with some women. This kind of things comes, and this sannyasini has affair with somebody. This nun, in church also it comes. This nun, this priest they have their affair. The reason is anadi vasanaya balavatvat. The vasana, the impressions inside our mind. When we do any activity, there will be vasana created inside our mind. When we do an activity, chit will get sanskars, and these sanskars are called as vasanas, especially when it related to the sensual pleasures. And we all know that when somebody is indulged in sensual pleasure, we do it with ekagrata. Ekagrata chahiye. When especially boyfriend and girlfriend, or even after marriage, the moment somebody gets married, they want ekantvas, they want to be in silence. They don't want disturbance because they want ekagrata, right? And when we do something in ekagra chit, in ekagra vritti, when we do something with so much of focus, the impression in our mind is so strong, it will be created so strong, these sanskars, and these sanskars will carry forward in several janmas. That's why anadi vasanaya, the term used by Kapil Muni is anadi. Na jane kab se, you do not know from when this sanskar is there within you. That is why mere listening, you are listening to Acharya, you are listening to Kapil Muni also. Kapil Muni's disciples were listening and they also asked the same question. And you are listening to an Acharya who is a Brahma Rishi sitting in front of you. You are going to his ashram, you are listening, you are putting ahutis in burning fire, you are listening to his pravachan. And when you listen to pravachan, I will be a Vairagyavan from tomorrow. I will give up all those sins. You listen and then you get inspiration, and when you come back, you are again indulged in the sensual pleasure. You are again indulged in the attraction with the opposite sex. The reason is very clear. It is because of anadi vasanaya. It is because of this unlimited or uncountable vasana rupi sanskar in our chitta, in our mind. And that is why Kapil Muni also mentions about this Udbud Avastha, and Patanjali Muni also. It grows. A small child, when he takes birth, or when she takes birth, she is very masoom, she is very innocent, or he is very innocent, right? The same innocent child will grow as Ajmal Kasab, right? We have seen. The same innocent child can grow as a big terrorist. The same innocent child can grow as a rapist. Possible. Why? Because of sanskars. When you feed the sanskars, it will get further, enriched. When you feed the sanskars, it will take the Vishwaroop form. It will take so much of Vishwaroop form that you will become a terrorist, you will become a rapist. And even a sannyasi, he has taken the oath of sannyasi, and he has put the robe, the sannyasi robe, which is the fire color of the fire. He has taken oath of sannyasi, and he has vairagya, a little bit of vairagya inside him, and he says, I will dedicate my life towards tapasya, I will dedicate my life towards giving pravachans to others, and I will follow sannyasi dharma. And after some time, we see that the sannyasi is indulging in kam vasana. He's trying hard, but still he's unable to escape it. Anadi vasanaya balavatvat, it, because it is so powerful inside us, and breaking this requires very great dedication. And first thing is sankalpa. And before coming to this sankalpa and all, we must understand, if you have read Mahabharata, you know how Pandu died, right? Pandu, when he went to jungle, Pandu Maharaj was a great nyayakari. He was also a tapasvi. He has listened to Vedas from his acharya. So he went to jungle, and something happened. He got a curse from a rishi. He will get a curse from a rishi because he will kill a rishi. And the rishi, when he was dying, the rishi will curse Pandu that when you will get in contact with a stree, your wife or any other stree, you will die. So Pandu always remembers this curse, and he will never dare to touch his wife. He will not touch his wife because he knows he will die. He knows the curse of the rishi will come true one day, so he will not touch his wife also. He knows this very well, that when he touches his wife, maybe he will die. But even knowing this, that he will die, he will touch his wife at one instance. They will go outside, and then he will forget that. He will forget, and he will get attracted, and he will get in contact with his wife. At that moment, he will die. This is all in Mahabharata when you read. Why? Even the person knows he will die, but he is unable to control. It's not the mistake of Pandu, it is the power of the sanskars. If a person like Pandu can get into that, why? We are all very normal human beings. Very, very normal human beings. It's not easy. But we should not give up. We should learn from these stories. That's why, even great Mahapurush and Tapasvis, they also get into sensual attraction. We have read the famous story of Vishwamitra ji. Vishwamitra is a Tapasvi, great Tapasvi, but even he gets into this trap, right? If a rishi like Vishwamitra can get into this trap, we are very normal human beings. We do not have tapasya, we do not have anything. That's why mere listening, I get inspired by listening to my Acharya's pravachan and other Acharya's pravachan. I take notes, I do tapasya, but still, end of the day, every one of us will come into this cycle. Either it is Kam Vasana or other Vasana. Somebody will not get addicted into attraction, sensual attraction. Somebody will be addicted to drugs. Somebody will be addicted to other Indriya. And there is a vachan of, I think, Manu Maharshi. I forgot, is Manu Bhagavan or somebody. There is a clear vachan, and even in the Atharveda there are mantras, that there is one leak in your indriya. One leak means you have controlled your tongue. That means you don't eat. You eat very little. You have controlled your tongue. You have controlled your nostrils. You are controlled your all the senses, but you are not controlled your sparsh indriya, skin. Then also you are gone. You have controlled all the indriya, but you have not controlled your eyes. You have seen, and then you get attracted into a scenery, into a opposite sex, and you can get into trap. So all the 5 indriyas must be controlled, and the 6th main indriya is man. Man is the main indriya. We must directly conquer mind, and mind cannot be conquered by our force. It can be conquered by gyan only. Only by knowledge, mind can be controlled. That's why, mere listening, if you listen, you will get knowledge. But unless and otherwise we start implementing that knowledge in life, we can never control our senses. And this is applicable across. Even we have seen, like, people whom I have been considering as, like, in the earlier stage, like, I've seen, okay, this person is a great tapasvi, great sannyasi, but they also, I get news in the paper that, he was caught in the he was caught red-handed, and he's a sannyasi, but he is having affair with his disciple. Why? Because of these sanskars. If he can do it, and we will also do. When situation arises, when you have a situation, you also will do it, I also will do it, everybody can do it, because everyone has the same mind and the similar sanskars. So that is why Patanjali Maharishi says in the second chapter, Patanjali Maharishi speaks about the sanskars. He says that the only way you can overcome sanskars is your tapaswadhyaya ishwar pranidhan. Otherwise it's not possible. And even with tapaswadhyaya ishwar pranidhan, it is not in one go, it is not in two go, it is not in three go. It can take infinite thousands of attempts, but do not give up. Do not give up is the main message. Like, when you read the life of Sikandar, Alexander the Great, his acharya was Aristotle. Aristotle at that time, I have read that Aristotle has written 400 plus books at that age. 400 books, and he was supposed to be a great philosopher, darshanik vicharwala. So when Aristotle used to teach Alexander, he will teach only one thing: never ever bring a woman in your life. If you bring a woman in your life, you cannot achieve your goal. I'm not speaking bad about women, but this is what he has been taught. You must focus, do not focus on women. No, never go behind women. Keep women away from your life, you will be successful. This is Aristotle's message. And Aristotle never had any contact with the women, right? See the reality, see the story. Alexander will get attracted towards a woman, very, very beautiful, sweet voice she has. She is a singer. He gets attracted, and then he starts speaking, and suddenly he will remember his acharya's vachan. No, women should not be allowed. But then he will not be able to stop. He will start listening, speaking, listening to her voice. He gets attracted. Then his guru will come to know, Aristotle will come to know. Aristotle will shout, no, don't do it, it's my agya, don't do it. Then Alexander will tell to that female that, I will not be in touch with you because my acharya has told, no, you will spoil my life, so sorry. So what she will do, she will say, okay, don't worry. She will think in mind, you are not my aim. I want to marry Alexander, so I will convince your acharya first. I will go to your guru. So she somehow gets in contact with Aristotle, and she will start singing outside the house of Aristotle or something like that. So she has a very sweet voice, and Aristotle is he has controlled his sense organs. When she starts singing, but he hears her song, and then he gets attracted. So every day she starts singing somewhere, and then one day he will find out, I want to listen to that lady's voice. She is very sweet voice, bring her. And then at one point of time she will say, I will not sing for you. I will sing for you only on one condition, that you must become a horse. You must pose yourself with your hands and legs like a horse, and I will sit on you, and I will put a rope on your mouth, and then I will drive like a horse, and then only I will sing. If you are okay, then I will sing. So Aristotle has become so much addicted to her. He will say, okay, I want to listen to your voice, I will become a horse. And then that woman, she would have already told Alexander, you come and see what is your status of the guru. So when she is doing this act, the Alexander will enter. He said, Guruji, kya kar rahe ho? What are you doing? You have told me to keep away from women, and the same very woman whom I want to get married, and you are doing this pose with her. The reply of Aristotle is magical, very, very wonderful. The reply of Aristotle is, a person like me, why I told you, Alexander, that stay away from these people, is because a person like me, who have always been thinking that we must stay away from opposite sex. I have written books on this topic. I have always advised to you and all other public, stay away from opposite sex. A person like me can get into trap, then who are you? You are gone. A person like me can get into this issue, this kind of act, and you are also, no, you cannot be spared. you are not a tapasvi, right? So even I mean, I'm not saying that they were tapasvis in the Vedic path, but I'm just telling a story, a real story which happened. That the message we must infer is that even great people can get slip into this. We are all very normal people, and nothing against women. It's the same. For a man it is women, for a woman it is man. It's opposite sex attraction, right? So the point I'm saying is anadi vasanaya balavatvat. The vasana, I am speaking as if I'm a great, tapasvi. You can some people perceive that, you are great, I fall on your feet, you are great. No, I'm not great. The only thing difference between a person who is great and a person who is normal is the great person did not have an opportunity. If there is an opportunity to do a sin, the great person will do sin, because we are not real yogis, we are not real tapasvis. That we must understand. I can pose myself to be great in front of the camera, but reality we do not know, because Patanjali Muni says, when you have sanskars, everybody has got sanskars of eating non-veg. The only thing is, you are not eating non-veg in this janma, but you could have you could have been a lion in the previous janma, right? You would have eaten non-veg. You are a jivatma, right? That sanskars will be within you. And similarly, you would have been a great tapasvi in the previous janma. That sanskar is within you. The only thing is, are you acting on enriching that sanskar? Every one of us can become a tapasvi. Every one of us can become a bogi. Every one of us can become a, like, this kind of, getting into trap of sensuality, because the sanskar is there from anadikal. All type of sanskar is within us. So what we must do intelligently is, when we listen to knowledge, we must try to use our knowledge to identify what is taking me where and what is taking me where, and where I should not go and where I should go. At every moment in life, if we do this kind of checking, then we can try to overcome this sensual attraction. Otherwise, it's impossible. And even after shadi, even after marriage, you see the number of time we get attracted towards opposite sex. Even after marriage, a woman can get attracted to another man, a man can get attracted to another woman. And also, even in the marriage, the husband and wife are unable to control their sexual, beyond a certain point of sexual energies. After even getting kids, Vedas says, use your energy to get kids. After that, maintain brahmacharya. But for maintaining brahmacharya, what you must do, that we are not following, right? Why? Because anadi vasanaya balavatva, the sanskars are so powerful. And that's why, if we see a news, like, this guy is teaching to thousands and lakhs of people in the public, but somebody has taken a video in his bedroom. He is in compromising position with another woman. Don't curse him. Okay, you can say that, you can stay away from that people, but you must understand immediately. We must learn lesson that this guy is speaking in the public as if he is a great tapasvi, and his knowledge is also wonderful. When you listen to his pravachans, you get inspiration. His knowledge is also wonderful. In spite of having that knowledge, in spite of having reading books, because he get knowledge by reading books or listening to other acharyas, in spite of speaking so much, he is getting into this. Means what? We can leave his topic. In spite of so much, he can get into that. So we can also get into that trap. So never try to curse him and then try to say, okay, I will not go to that acharya. Okay, don't go to that guy. But related to your life, that if he can also fall, you can also fall at one point of time. So always try to improvise what I can do better tomorrow or today. Maybe because these sanskars are there within us, and this is the statement of Rishi Anadi Vasanaya Dvitiya Adhyaya, not Dvitiya Adhyaya, na Shravana Matra Tat Siddhi Anadi Vasanaya Balavatvat. So this is very, very important. And that Anadi Vasana can be only broken by Ishwar Pranidhan. Like, yesterday, if you have not seen that video, yesterday I pasted one video of Acharya Vishwangaji Parivrajak. If you have not seen that video, see that video. He made a very beautiful statement there. He says, Om Krito Smar Basmantam Shariram. Sharir ki chinta mat karo. Don't worry about your body. Worry about Om. Don't think about your body. Think about Om. Don't think about your plus and minus of your body or beautiful, your this attraction. Think about Om Paramatma. So, Ishwar Pranidhan. Tapasya Swadhyaya Ishwar Pranidhan. And when you do Tapas Swadhyaya Ishwar Pranidhan, These sanskars might not get destroyed initially. These sanskars are in Dagdi beach, not Dagdi beach, in seed stage. The seed is not destroyed. The seed can grow as a tree at any point of time. They are in seed stage. Because you are feeding another seed. That another seed is spiritualism, and that spiritual tree grows massive. With that power, you can destroy the other seed of this sensual attraction. But it is not easy. So continuously we must keep check on our mind. Continuously we must realize Paramatma's presence. Continuously we must do swadhyaya. Continuously we must do tapasya. Day in and day out, day in and day out. And some days you will fail. It's okay. When you fail, don't get disheartened. Even a tapasvi like Pandu or Aristotle can get, or even other like Vishwamitra can get into this. We also, but don't give up. And don't try to say that, okay, if Vishwamitra can get a downfall, even I can. No, don't do that. Learn from that lesson and try to correct yourself in the next day. Similarly, when you do step by step at that one point of time, you will be able to control it naturally. You will not get attracted towards a woman, or a woman will not get attracted towards a man, until we attain that state. That is called as pratyahar. Ahar means the food of our indriya. Prati means opposite. The indriya does not need the food. The skin needs the food of opposite sex, right? The sparsh indriya needs the opposite sex food. When we attain pratyahar stage, at that time naturally everything will stop. Until such time we must work on this day in and day out, because anadi vasanaya balavatvat. Remember this sutra every day. Na shravana matra tat siddhi. Because I am doing Agnihotra, because I am going to my acharya and listening Vedas, I cannot become a tapasvi. Because anadi vasanaya balavatvat, I must work on that. Listen the pravachan of acharya will not help me. I must implement the pravachan in my life. Acharya says vairagya bano. Acharya says indriya ko control karo, but I am not controlling my indriya. I am just controlling the indriya in presence of acharya, right? We are all big drama artists. We control the indriya in presence of acharya, in presence of elders. When nobody is at home, we open up our indriya, right? So this is a natural tendency of human beings because of the sanskars. So we must work on the sanskars level, and we can work on the sanskars level with Ishwar Pranidhan, completely surrendering to Paramatma, Swadhyaya and Tapasya. Everyday Tapasya, everyday Swadhyaya, everyday Ishwar Pranidhan. That means dedicating our life to Paramatma. Slowly it will happen, but we should not give up. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.